Hey guys, Harsh here and welcome back to Technolobe. Xiaomi has been making smartphones for quite some years now. We all know that. But their number one series over here in India has been Redmi Note series. Like by far it has been the most liked and loved series over here in India. The last year they kind of dropped the ball with Redmi Note 9 Pro and Note 9 Pro Max. Those phones were pretty average and did not appeal to a lot of people out there. But there's always a but. Xiaomi is back in the game with the Redmi Note 10 series. The best and the most expensive out of this lot is Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, and I have been using this phone as my daily phone for the past couple of weeks. So today, let us talk in detail about the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and let us find out whether or not you should go for this phone. So sit back, relax and have fun. We are going to start this conversation by talking about the design and build quality. Now this is where Xiaomi has major changes. Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is way better in terms of design as compared to last year. So up until last year Xiaomi was using LCD panels, but this time around they moved to AMOLED all across the board, and that's why all these phones are thinner and lighter as compared to previous generations. So LCD displays are thicker and heavier and AMOLED displays are thinner and lighter as compared to LCD displays. So yeah, these phones are thin and comfortable to hold in your hand. Now this is the first time ever that I've got a premium phone feeling in a Redmi Note device. So that is a very tough thing to achieve because of the budget restrictions, but Xiaomi has managed to pull that off, and yes, I can say that this is a premium phone in terms of design. As far as the build quality goes, it comes with a glass sandwich design, glass on the front and back, that is Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back. Now there are three color options, that is black, bronze and blue. Bronze and blue have a matte finish and the black one has a glossy finish. So I would recommend you to either go with the bronze or blue color because they have a matte finish and they will attract less fingerprints. So yeah, please keep that in mind. Now if I had to choose one color, I would definitely go with the bronze color. It looks absolutely stunning. Now despite of being thinner and lighter, this phone does not ditch the headphone jack. It comes with a headphone jack and the output from the headphone jack is excellent. So if you have good quality wired earphones, you can definitely use them with this phone and you will have a good experience. Now talking about things that Xiaomi retained, it also has the IR blaster. For example, just the other day the batteries in the remote control of my air conditioner just died. So I used this phone to control my air conditioner, and as I said, it's a very handy feature. So IR blaster is still there and I am glad about it. Overall, in terms of design and build quality, Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is a premium smartphone. Alright, moving on, let's talk about the display. The Redmi Note 10 Pro Max comes with a Full HD Plus Super AMOLED 120Hz display with support for HDR10 and a peak brightness of 1200 nits. Yes, you heard me right. A 120Hz Super AMOLED display for the price of Rs 19,000. Wait, not even 19,000. It starts at 16,000 rupees with the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and that has the exact same display. So this is really insane on paper. But what about the actual display quality? Well, when it comes to the display quality, it is top notch. Really good colors. It hits 100% on the DCI P3 color gamut, and that's why you will get accurate colors. Also, it gets bright enough to use in outdoor sunny conditions. No problems there. Also, it is AMOLED, that's why you get those deeper blacks, that great contrast ratio, and the overall viewing experience is just amazing. So if you consume a lot of media on your smartphone, like movies on Netflix, videos on YouTube, or reels on Instagram, then you're gonna love and appreciate this display. The display quality itself is top notch. So the display quality is excellent, but what about the refresh rate? So it is 120Hz, and when you go to the settings, you'll get only two options, 60Hz or 120Hz. You do not get the adaptive sync option wherein it will automatically change the refresh rate. When I asked Xiaomi about this, they said that the adaptive sync technology is expensive and very difficult to implement on an AMOLED display. That's why you get only two options, 60Hz or 120Hz. 60Hz is kind of boring because 120Hz is very smooth, but here's the thing. I have noticed a lot of frame drops on this phone, especially on third-party apps. So third-party apps like WhatsApp, Twitter, or even Chrome for that matter. When you scroll in these apps, you will notice frame drops, and they are quite apparent actually. Now this scenario is not present when you're scrolling through system apps. For example, if you're scrolling through the app drawer or the settings or wherever in the system, you will find it to be very smooth. But when it comes to third-party apps, I noticed a lot of frame drops, and I guess that has something to do with the processor. So this phone comes with a mid-range Snapdragon 732G processor, and maybe that is not being able to handle the 120Hz to its full potential. So yes, 120Hz is cool on paper, but in real life, it's not the best out there. So if you're hoping that you're gonna get like Galaxy S21 level 120Hz, then that's not true. You will not get that because of the mid-range processor. Now talking about the processor, yes, it does come with a Snapdragon 732G, and along with that it has a couple of options. 6GB or 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM, up to 128GB of UFS 2.1 storage, a dedicated micro SD card slot, a 50-20 mAh battery, and support for 33-watt fast charging with the charger inside the box. So this is a very well balanced phone in terms of specifications. So it's not too powerful and it's not underpowered either. It's a very good balance. If we talk in terms of day-to-day performance, I would say it's ideal for people who do not do a lot of gaming. If you want to do a lot of gaming, then do not buy this phone because it's a mid-range processor and will handle normal tasks very good. Like in terms of normal tasks like checking your email, replying to WhatsApp messages, or just scrolling through Instagram. All these tasks would be handled very easily by the processor. But if you want to play PUBG for 2 hours, 3 hours continuously, then I would not recommend this phone. You should go with a phone with a better processor and GPU if you want to play a lot of games. But with that being said, if you're a light gamer, then you're going to be okay with this phone. My friend Dhananjay has done a very good PUBG mobile gameplay review of this phone. I will make sure to drop a link to it in the description box below. So go ahead and watch that video if you want to know more about the PUBG mobile gameplay. All in all, the Snapdragon 732G is excellent for normal tasks and you can do some light gaming as well. Now we all know that a big part of performance is software. This phone comes with MIUI 12 based on Android 11 out of the box. Now I do appreciate that it comes with Android 11 out of the box, but here's the thing. MIUI 12 on this phone needs a lot of optimization. So it's still rough around the edges, and the prime example of that is the 120Hz refresh rate. It's not optimized to its full potential, and that's why you see frame drops. Also, the RAM management on this phone is kind of bad. Like Redmi Note 10, which is a younger brother of this phone, has better RAM management than the Note 10 Pro Max. So yes, it definitely needs a lot of optimizations, and I'm hoping that Xiaomi will push out software updates very soon for this phone. So when it comes to the software, it is rough around the edges. Now Xiaomi did say that this phone will receive MIUI 12.5 very soon, which is supposed to be a lot cleaner as compared to MIUI 12. So with MIUI 12.5, you will be able to uninstall some system apps as well, and it will not contain a lot of bloatware. So that is what Xiaomi is saying. So let's wait for MIUI 12.5 and I will make a video about it as and when it comes out. Now I know you guys might be wondering what about the ad situation on this phone. So I have not seen any ads so far. That is a good sign, but I do get notifications from the Get Apps application. So you will have to turn off those notifications. They are very irritating, and yes, I am getting notifications but no ads. It is now time to talk about 5G. This phone does not support 5G, and should this be a concerning point? Well, I would say no. 5G is far from ready over here in India. We just had a news a couple of days ago that it is going to be delayed further because the infrastructure is not ready. So I think considering a 5G phone right now does not make sense because you will change your phone in the next couple of years. It is still going to take a lot of time till 5G comes to us. So that's why I think that you should not worry about 5G right now. We don't even get true 4G speeds over here. Forget about 5G. That is just my honest opinion. Alright, this gets me to battery life and charging. Battery life on this phone has been surprisingly good even with the 120Hz refresh rate display. I was getting somewhere around 5.5 to 6 hours of screen on time, which is pretty good. So if you're a heavy user, this phone will last you throughout the day and you will have to charge it in the night. But if you're a light user, then it will last you for somewhere around 1 to 1.5 days. The cherry on the cake over here is fast charging. So this phone comes with a 33-watt fast charger inside the box itself, which will charge up your phone pretty quickly. So for example, if you're late in the morning and you forgot to charge your phone overnight, then you can just charge it up for 30 to 35 minutes and you will get enough juice to last throughout the day. Now you guys might be wondering, what about them cameras? Please talk about the cameras. Well, I have done a dedicated in-depth camera review of this phone just a couple of days back, and I would highly recommend you to go ahead and watch that video. It will be linked in the description box below, so please go ahead and watch that video. I put in a lot of effort in that video, so please watch it if you want to know about the cameras. This gets me to other things. First in that category are the speakers. This phone comes with a dual stereo speaker setup. And how is the quality? I would say it's okayish, not the best out there, but not the worst either. I would have loved to see some more clarity in the speakers. that is missing, and maybe some more volume as well. Like when you see dual speakers on paper, you might think that they will be very loud, but that's not the case. They are not very loud, and I would have loved to see some more volume in the speakers. The second point is the haptic motor. The haptic motor on this phone is excellent. It's way better than previous models, and I do appreciate the haptic motor a lot. So small things like these give you a premium experience with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. When it comes to biometrics, this phone comes with a fingerprint sensor which is integrated into the power button, and it works like a charm. Now I know a lot of people would have loved to see an in-display fingerprint sensor under the AMOLED display, but frankly I would prefer a physical fingerprint sensor because of the Redmi K20 Pro. So Redmi K20 Pro did have an in-display fingerprint sensor which did not work really well. So that's why it is good that it comes with a physical fingerprint sensor. It also has face unlock, which works like a charm. So overall, to sum it all up, I would say Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is a very well balanced phone. Xiaomi is catering to the masses, and they have made a lot of the right choices. So an AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 732G, a 5020 mAh battery, a 108 megapixel quad camera setup, and 33 watt fast charging. So they have made a lot of the right choices, and they have made a well balanced phone. So is it a perfect smartphone? Well, no. No smartphone is perfect, and the biggest con of this phone is software. So it still comes with MIUI 12, which is very heavy. It is not optimized, and Xiaomi needs to work on it. So I'm hoping that with MIUI 12.5 they will fix those issues, and then I would say it is close to perfect, but still not perfect. But nevertheless, Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is one of the best phones out there under 20,000 rupees, and you can definitely buy it. You won't be disappointed. I will make sure to drop a link to it in the description box below. So this was my full review of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Do let me know how you feel about this video in the comment section down below. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.